Today we have, what do we have today? Well, we have, first of all, a Reposado tequila, mezcal. I forget the brand, but it's actually pretty solid in terms of, it's not your regular tequila, let's put it that way. So this one is okay with the cigar. And then I have a little lime in here, so it's a little spicy in terms of the cigar, a little fruity. But I have, which one are we going to do today? Probably yeah. We're going to keep it nice and simple with we have ES today. This is actually from, it's off real quick. This one is, what's that one thing I gotta do? Okay, that should be better. So we've got the, DNS is actually the place that I go to. They have their own cigar. It's actually one of the better ones, especially for the price. So today's talk, chat, whatever you want to call it, is really in regards to the solitude that men have to resign themselves to. I think it's hard for us to do this because life is such a, I'm going to stop saying that. The work that we have to do in life is not a bad thing at all. It actually gives us a real sense of accomplishment and achievement, and actually builds our self-esteem that way. So it's a matter of how we look at the work. But I think I've begun myself to just start putting a focus on just enjoying the work and the process and the hobbies. And at my age, 40 now, it's a little comfort now. Finally gotten to the place where I'm okay with I gotta get that right. I'm okay with the work, and like I was cleaning my house the other day, and it really hit me that this honestly, this is all there is. This is actually getting kind of low. This one is always so smooth. So, cheers to solitude. The thing about solitude, for me, is I never wanted it. I never accepted it, first of all. I didn't want it. I always told myself that I wanted it. I was better alone. When you go, when you decide that you're okay alone, that you don't need a cheerleader, that you don't need somebody stroking your ego, that you don't need somebody around just because you're lonely, that you're okay with the thoughts that are in your head, that you're not beating yourself up over the thoughts that are in your head, that you're doing the work that's necessary. I think we find ourselves in a place where we want the lady around to prove that we're worth something because we don't know about our value outside of having a job, making money, and then having a woman around. So now I understand that there's just work. And I used to see it as a bad thing. And it's the best thing ever. I feel like my dopamine levels are probably coming back down to where they should be. And because my search for not just external validation, but external stimulation, and like, the women that you see online on your Instagram or on all the social sites, right? Losing its luster. The more I just dig into being a good employee at work, we have so many conflicting thoughts about life. And the basis is that you have decisions that have to be made daily. You can't just dream about those decisions, like you have to go out and do them. For whatever reason, I've always felt like in my head that this day would just magically come and show up. As long as I appeared to be on the path, it seemed like that day would just come and everything would work out. And we, as men, have to work it out ourselves. Nobody's coming along to take our hand. Nobody's coming along to tell us that we're handsome and that they want to take care of us. That's not how this works. How this works is you list out, you detail every goal, everything that you need to do to work towards your accomplishments, and then you go do those things. And then you pat yourself on the back once you've gotten that accomplishment or that goal, and you toast to it. You smoke a cigar, and then it's on to the next one. There's never going to come a point where you feel like you've made it. There's never going to come a point where that's all the work that needs to be done and you've got your safety haven and you're all good. For us, there's nothing but constant work. And the solitude, being okay with solitude, helps us get there mentally. Because if we're not okay with solitude and we're not okay with the work, we're looking for attachments and distractions. The attachments and distractions distract us from purpose. Here's the thing about purpose. You do what you have to do. You do the things that make you happy, and then you do you on top of everything else. So there's an element to doing you above everything else that means you are committed to integrity. You're committed to the process. You're committed to your individuality. And it is a reward. It is not a privilege, it is not a right that we have a woman by our side. It's a reward and it's a blessing. So, if it's a reward and a blessing, why don't we treat it that way? And it's because we think we are owed that. Or that somehow we've done the work to earn us that. And there is no earning the love of a woman. That's where a lot of us got fucked up. We thought that we could earn the love of a woman. We really thought that. We really thought women could be just bought and sold with money, effort, with a talk. They can't be bought, fellas. They can't be earned. It's actually our solitude that draws them in. And when you're okay with solitude, you can see past the bullshit. You can see past your own lust. You can see past your own desires. You can see past all that shit that gets us in trouble as men. And that's why solitude. That's why gratitude. And so here we are in 2024, where we have all these readily accessible things to us, all these tools to distract us. And we stray further and further from the thing that makes us men. We need to focus on our work, focus on our passions, for simply the love of the passion, and focus on being authentic. Focus on our work, focus on our passions, and focus on being authentic. Those guys who don't do that after 40 are the guys who get left behind, and the guys who do that at 40 are the guys who end up doing something with their lives that they can be proud of. And that's all that there is. It's not about making $1 million. It's about doing something that you can be proud of in the end. And if the love of a woman comes your way, treat it with the utmost care and respect and love that you can, because it's a blessing, not a right, not a privilege. What is a right is your right to work. What's a privilege is your privilege to make something of yourself while you're here. And that's it. Do your work, do what you must do your passions, do what you love, and do you. Stay true to yourself, your independence, and your purpose. You do those 3 things, you can win.